Welcome. In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy Tab S8, and today I'll show you how you can set up this tablet. So anyway, when you boot it up for the first time, you will be presented with this screen that you can see right over here with the welcoming in different languages. And all you need to do is tap on this blue text, proceed to the next page, which allows you to choose your desired language. And now I'll mention one thing which you won't see right over here, which is when you're doing this the first time around, I think it won't be visible, but I guess we'll find out. When you're doing this the first time around, there's two things that will most certainly happen when the device is brand new, straight out of the box, unsealed, which is when you choose your language and then your region, the device needs to reboot. Why? I have no freaking idea. It shouldn't need to do anything like that. No other device needs to do that. So this is just absolutely absurd. And the second part is you are forced to log into your Wi-Fi. Even if you don't want to, even though the device is brand new, you cannot skip it because F you, Samsung says, and you just have to. You don't have network near you, maybe you just don't have it at all, I don't know. If you don't, you literally cannot use the device that you bought because you literally need to connect to Wi-Fi for no freaking reason to actually use this device. So yeah, so that's another thing. And a last thing is, once you connect to that network, you better set aside like 10 minutes of your life because the actual setup when it's getting your tablet ready is absolutely absurd. It takes roughly 10 minutes to get your device ready, running the latest hardware. Excuse me, what? So yeah, hopefully you won't get to see this right here because I already did set up the device, so I can skip a couple things like Wi-Fi connection, which is the key part of the time wasting part here. But like I mentioned, if the device is completely brand new, you cannot skip this, so you're literally forced into it. So anyway, let's progress further. Here we have your obviously user license agreement, which no device can go about it without it. So yeah, let's just select the first one, ignore the second one. Then we have permissions for Samsung apps and services. So we have a bunch of them, or a bunch of like 3. So honestly, I disable all of them. Samsung has no business in any of those, to be honest, if you're not going to be using any of the Samsung apps, which I'm not. So access for Samsung to these services is absolutely useless. It has no business in this. From there, we can go to the Wi-Fi connection page. Now, as you can see, I can skip it, but like I mentioned before, if this device for you is brand new, straight out of the box, you are literally unable to skip this. So you will need to connect to your Wi-Fi and then waste your time. Fortunately, I don't have to do that anymore. I only had to go through this once. So, next page, we have copy apps and data. Now, for you, obviously, we'll have the page where it's getting your tablet ready, and then you will see this page. So from here, you can either import data from an old device to this one if you want to, or set it up as new by selecting Don't Copy, which here you have a little bit more time wasted, but for me, again, because I have no network, it goes really quick. Now, additionally, obviously, if you connect it to network, you won't see this page. Whoops. This only appears if you are not connected to network. If you are, the device sets up the date and time automatically, so this is kind of skipped by default. And if you choose to skip network, it shows up. And from here you should see this, Google services. So we have a bunch of services right here, or bunch, 3 exact. So we have location scanning and sending user and diagnostic data. And quickly going into all 3 of them, location is just GPS tracking, so apps like Google Maps can give you an accurate position on the map, and additionally, if you're planning to use this as a GPS navigation, obviously it will show you where you are at the given moment on the map and keep following you. Then allow scanning allows the device to look for signals like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and so on. And then below that we have send user and diagnostic data. This is just a way for Google to spy on what you search for and your interests and stuff like that, and then sends it to themselves. So, no thanks. The 2 other ones, obviously, if you don't want them, you can turn them off. When the app needs access to things like, for instance, location, it will ask you that you need to grant it. As an example, Google Maps will literally ask you that enhance location services and just tell you that you can allow or not. If you don't allow, obviously, you won't be able to use this as a GPS navigation, but you still can use maps. So yeah, the choice is yours. Let's go down and to the next page, which is protecting your tablet. So we have 3 different ways of doing so. Now we have a couple more, to be honest, but yeah, for instance, PIN, pattern, password, you can only choose one of those 3. You cannot select 2 of them, so PIN and password, you only can select PIN, pattern, or password. And additionally, we have face recognition and fingerprint. These options will always require a physical way of unlocking. One of them or both, you can set up 1 or 2 of those at the same time, but any way you go about it, you will always need to have a physical way of unlocking your device. And the reason for this is, if as an example you add a fingerprint, you cut your finger like I did, you just kind of lose access to your device. So this will help you actually access it. And both of the cases follow the same logic, obviously, and they don't really encounter the fact that, you know, you might do something with your finger but not your face. But still, if something happens to both finger and face, you literally lose access to your device. So thus you can use something like a pattern to unlock your device. Now for this, I'm only gonna set up a pattern and nothing else. So you just draw it, tap on next, confirm it, and there we go. Now right here we have Samsung account, and this for some reason shows up no matter if you connect it to Wi-Fi or not. If you try to skip it, it also gives you this annoying pop-up right here. Skip out on all this like it's some outstanding features right here that weren't completely plagiarized from Google. And just so what I said has some actual meaning and not me completely ragging on it, I'm gonna quickly go over all of these. If you aren't really interested, you can skip it. This is more of a rant, I guess. So now going quickly into all 3 of them, I will give you a alternative that has been out longer and obviously probably done better than Samsung. So Samsung Cloud, Google Cloud. Bixby, hey Google, find my mobile, find my device. Samsung passwords, just the passwords from Google. Galaxy Store, again, Play Store, secure folder. I think this actually might be the only thing that might be unique. The only thing that apparently Samsung might have actually invented themselves, or maybe not even invent. Certain phones do have secure folder, where you just get to protect a folder with a password. That's about it. I don't know if Google has one by default. I never really looked into it, never really seen or checked it, so it could have a substitute that has been out from Google. It might not, so this is just for a question. But everything else that is right here has a Google version of it that has been out for longer and probably improved way better than Samsung has. So yeah, skip this because it's completely useless garbage. Then we basically have our device set up. So let's select finish and get greeted with our home screen. And there we go. So anyway, if you found this video helpful, informative anyway, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Otherwise, thanks for watching.